thumbnail. There's a new way to grow your YouTube channel, but not only that, a new way to think about YouTube growth. And in this video, I'm breaking down 12 steps to make it a reality. It's based on a method that some of the biggest creators have leveraged for years to win. They do this by orchestrating a viewing experience that keeps viewers watching for not only longer, but returning to the creator's channel again and again. Now, you might think it's their charismatic personality, and that's not wrong, but it goes deeper than that. It's really based on how they guide the viewer through the video. And that's what this video is all about. It's about how to guide the viewer, which really keeps them hooked, boosting the watch time, because again, they watch to the end. And here's why I get really excited about this particular method. You see, back in the day, I stumbled upon this very thing, and I focused on it for ages, and it actually worked because it really adds in the most important thing that the big channels are really aware of, and that's the human connection. That's the guiding the viewer through the video, and is based on really connecting with a human being. Now, even if you're not on camera, you don't create your own voiceovers, you can still do that. You can still create an experience that guides the viewer. And as we continue into the night, as the sun starts to set, and I'm playing with the white balance, we'll break it down deeply. And here's my promise to you: by the end of this video, you'll have a firm grasp of this new way to guide the viewers through your video, allowing to dramatically boost your watch time and your views. And I'm super excited about this video. So step number one is really stopping and getting specific, and more than that, intentional with the videos you're going to create. The thing is when you get really specific and you're intentional with why your video matters, when you take just a little bit of time to think it through, and then you make that the focus of your video, everything becomes so much easier for you as well as the viewer. You see, story begins with being intentional and having a clear, focused idea based on a specific topic. And when you do that, viewers know and understand why they should care, why they should click in, and it really sets the tone for your entire video. Again, most importantly, making it easier for you to deliver on the value that you have. So ask yourself, what's the one thing that this video is really about? Boil it down to one transformational and powerful takeaway or insight that the viewer is going to leave with. Now, item number 2 is to really begin the process of focusing on your video title. But the good news, I don't think you need to have everything perfectly dialed in from the get-go. You don't have to be perfectly optimized with exactly the video title you're going to use. But starting off with a general idea of what makes this video valuable, and again, being specific and intentional with the takeaway. What is it about your video that will draw viewers in? This makes it so much easier as you move forward with the video you're going to create. Now, truth be told is I think it's much more valuable to course forward and focus on making a video. Sometimes what I'll do is when I get to a location or when I go downstairs, I'll have that general idea. And then as I start to map out, script out my video, whether that means literally taking 1 or 2 minutes to come up with a few bullet points, or like this video, I spent just a little bit more time on the intro, the first few bullet points, and really the 12 that I'm going to break down. Because once in a while, I think it makes sense to go a little deeper and focus a little bit more of your intention on making a great video, maybe once a month, every other month, whatever that means. And for me, this process has been really rewarding because the most important thing is to continually be taking the next step forward, regardless of being perfect, following all the rules and whatnot. Item number 3 is simply saying your big idea out loud in one single sentence. Again, this really binds things together and makes it easier on you and the viewer to understand what it's all about. For example, this video is the new way to think about YouTube, to think about how you structure your videos, And that results in the new way to grow. That's the big idea. So I guess that's a sentence and a half or 2 sentences. But again, it's not about being perfect. It's just following the best practices to the best of your ability to make it happen. Now, one of the things I'll do is, as I'm getting ready to film, I'll say it out loud a number of times. I'll think about the opening hook, the sentence, right? I'll think about my video title. I'll think about all these things, and I'll practice dialing in my delivery, because that is the glue that really pulls the viewer through your video section by section. And by the way, if you're new to my channel, my name is Brian. I'm a full-time creator. I love doing this, and I'm really glad you made it. Let's move on to step number 4. What you want to do is you want to think what success looks like for the viewer as they go through your video. What is the big takeaway that they're going to get from watching your video? The more you think about this, like, what is the value? That's the value, the big takeaway. This sets up the next couple steps, and again, will ensure that viewers keep watching once they click into your video. And here's an action step. You want to literally tell viewers what they're going to get by watching your entire video. I did this by mentioning my promise to you was that you are going to learn about this new way to think about YouTube, which will allow you to grow by boosting your watch time. It's almost like I spent a few hours really structuring this video, and I'm just cracking myself up. And by the way, some of the B-roll you've seen is what I've really been out filming over the last few weeks, just enjoying time out in nature. And I just thought it would be more fun than just a simple talking head video. Now, item number 5 is the trigger. Now, back in the day, we called this packaging. And I like that. I think that's good. The packaging is what pulls all the things together. This is the topic of your video, as well as the thumbnail and the title. When we put all of these together, it's the package, and that's good. But I like to call this today the trigger. And here's why. When you ask yourself, what is the trigger of my video? This is going to allow you to dramatically boost your watch time in a number of areas that really matter to the algorithm, because it matters to viewers. Now, the trigger isn't just some vague hook. That's really old school. It's a precise word or phrase that's present in 2 or 3 specific areas of your video. All, like, literally, stick with me. It's so powerful. Literally, you add these to your video title, a trigger. You add this to your video thumbnail, like one or the other. You've got to have at least the trigger phrase or word in your video title or in your thumbnail. And then as you begin your video, you're going to mention this again. So this trigger for this video is it's new. This is a psychological trigger that's worked for many, many years, and it's why you see people mentioning new all the time, specifically in advertising. It's new, and what's the other word? Did you say improved? Yeah, it's almost like this stuff has worked for ages. It'll continue to work for ages. And everyone talking about like the new YouTube and oops, I just did it. But it shows you what's really most important is focusing on the individual viewer and thinking about the things that matter to them. New is one of those things. And literally this can double your views. If your CTR on average is 2 or 3%, and you start doing this, you'll be amazed. I've been focused on this for 6 months, and I've pulled my CTR up several percentages. It's been incredible to watch. Going from 3 to 4% to 5 to 6%, sometimes even 7%, which has allowed me to really boost my views on some of my videos. Again, if you're new to my channel, this is important. Your videos are not always going to blow up. Sometimes you have a dud. Sometimes you're going to do really well, but these are the things that will allow you to make it happen. And then next is when you begin your video, you want to really echo what your title mentioned. There's a new way to think about YouTube, and thus there's a new way to grow. That's literally how I began my video. And what it does is it lets the viewer know, hey, I'm in the right place. This individual is going to really deliver on why I clicked, and you're going to win. And even better, this is going to help improve the audience retention of your video. Now, this is measured in the first 30 seconds and throughout the whole video with YouTube Analytics. You can look at your analytics and you'll see, hey, YouTube is mentioning and pointing out to pay attention to the first 30 seconds, and it's not hard. And I know some of you are like, wow, there's just so many best practices. I'm totally overwhelmed. Me too, all the time. And again, you're not going to get all of these things all at once, but when you're just aware of what you should strive to do, you'll be amazed that over time, as you focus on one thing at a time, your performance will improve, and so will your metrics, and then your views, and so on. Powerful. And that was number 5, the trigger. Hopefully I'm getting this right. And again, it's not about perfection, so I'm going to give myself a little bit of grace. Number 6 is really this idea of guiding the viewer through your video. Here's what's interesting. This is why Hollywood pays actors, voice actors, for their documentaries. They have an ability to speak and communicate in a way that makes it interesting to listen to what they have to say. And you're not the star of the show. You're not. It's your information. It's the value that you're promising, and you're simply the guide. You're there to guide the viewers through each section of your video, and that's what we're talking about. I love this because you might think, well, I'm not charismatic on camera. My personality sucks. Number 1, I want to encourage you to let go of this type of thinking. Instead, just say, I would like to be more charismatic. I would like to be better with how I communicate and speak on camera. I guarantee that you will absolutely improve. This isn't like smoke that I'm blowing where. This is just the fundamental facts of how YouTube works for those people that keep publishing. And what's so cool is as you continue to make videos, you'll just kind of get better at communicating if that's what you're doing on camera. But as mentioned, you don't have to use a voiceover. You don't have to be on camera. You can still be a guide. And that's what we're going to start focusing as we continue. So sure, speak on camera, or you can use your voice, or you can use AI to create a voiceover. And I really want to encourage you, if you're publishing videos without a voiceover and you're not on camera, to either add your own voiceover or use AI, or use stock images, B-roll, music, and incorporate text on the screen. And you can still follow these steps. That's what's so powerful. You can come up with a trigger. You can add that phrase into your title, right? You can add that phrase into the beginning of your video. You can mention it by using and incorporating text, and that's what'll pull people through your video real quick. I want to back up a bit and just mention like trigger phrases in words. Like, how do you come up with that? Well, one of the things you can do is just really think about the psychology of what your video is about. Literally just ask ChatGPT to give you some 1 or 2 word phrases based on what your video title is that's emotionally and psychologically compelling, causing the viewer to take action by clicking on your video. This is a great way to get started. And again, we'll talk more about how to do that as we course forward. But let's go back to really incorporating this guide aspect into your videos. The process, it really begins by knowing where you want to guide your viewers. And you can do that, again, by getting really clear on the core video idea and then breaking it down into structured and meaningful subtopics. This is where we take things to the next level, right? Because people have to feel like they're making progress and they're gaining information in your video that will keep them watching longer, right? Even if you're not speaking, if there's new information and things happening, that will keep them guided through the video. Now, here's what's cool. You start by thinking about your video topic, right? The big idea. And then you say, okay, well, what's this video about? It's about gardening. It's about herb gardening. It's about bonsai, cooking, whatever. And then you can dive deep and you can look at what really matters to viewers. And you can do this in a number of ways. One, you can look at other videos that are similar and you can kind of watch through and listen and just take notes on a video. It doesn't take that long. You know, if the video is 15 minutes and you take 15 minutes of notes, you're good to go. Or another thing you can do is you can take the base idea of your video, like bonsai gardening or bonsai. Then you can put it in the search bar of YouTube and you can see what YouTube suggests, which is based on what people are searching for. When you write all these things down, then you can think, well, I'll talk about this topic, this subtopic, and so on. And again, these are old school ways of thinking and working. But I love the guide principle because it's not really about being charismatic. That will come over time. It's just understanding the structure that will keep viewers watching. And here's the key. You see, you don't want to just guess or focus on what you want to talk about. You're going to do that anyway, I promise you. But when you get clear with what viewers are already interested in by looking at the search bar, by typing out a few keyword phrases, bonsai, bonsai A, bonsai B, look at all the search results. These are subtopics, and when you do that, you're then qualifying what viewers are interested in. Now, if you think that like, well, I just don't want to copy and it sounds so lame, like Prince didn't copy James Brown, not for a minute. Steve Jobs was inspired by Windows. He incorporated a lot of the functionality of how the operating system on Apple products today works based on early Windows software. Windows came up with the mouse and the clicking and whatnot. He simply incorporated it into his products and it worked really great. For number 8, it's called the new view boost. And at the beginning of this video, we talked about the importance of hooking a viewer. Now, here's the good news. A lot of the things that we've already spoken about will set you up for keeping viewers watching longer. And today it's just so important because YouTube is kind of like attention deficit theater. There's so many great videos to watch. People are watching shorts all day long. And even before shorts were a thing, our attention as human beings has been dwindled down to that of a goldfish about 8 seconds before we get distracted. And that's why, you know, the more we can just think about these things and just be aware of them and do our best with the videos we're publishing in real time, while giving us a little bit of grace, it'll allow us to make improvements, and then we can structure not just one hook at the beginning of our video, but we can continually incorporate new hooks based on those subtopics we spoke about. Think about your video not just as a 10-minute video or a 5-minute video, but rather a bunch of YouTube shorts that are strung together. Now, this does not mean it needs to be flashy and fast. It doesn't mean you need to incorporate all kinds of like kinetic text and you need to like edit like a maniac. You don't. But you can say things, you can be charismatic, you can really use those hooks and those trigger words and phrases. And as you think about this more and more, then your video will just naturally flow and keep viewers watching, which is really powerful. You see, it's not just about grabbing attention, but it's about reframing familiar ideas in a new and compelling way. Like this video, for example, the packaging became the trigger. Speaking on camera or being charismatic becomes being the guide. You're not the star of the show, the information is. You're just a conduit. And hooking the viewer becomes a chain of strategic moments, just like shorts all strung together, which builds on the viewer's anticipation for what's going to come next. What will I learn next? Now, number 9 is mission critical, and this really is important. You see, you want to become the memorable messenger. You want to focus on all the things we're speaking about, and you want to do everything you can to make your messaging really memorable so when someone watches your video, they remember in a positive way. They say, wow, that was really fantastic. And that's why letting go of the small things, and this is something that I talk about all the time. You know, when should I publish? I don't think that matters too much. I know when I publish a video that viewers enjoy, they click more, they watch longer, YouTube recommends it more, and then it goes out to a bigger audience, more new viewers, which, by the way, this is nightmare mode. It's really, really hard. When someone doesn't know you, They're not interested in you. They don't care about your day or whatnot. And this is why so many YouTubers struggle, because they talk about their day. They create a fluffy intro. And honestly, this intro was a little slow, but I really wanted to set things up. And I did my best to create a memorable video viewing experience by shooting in different locations, by practicing with my video equipment. The opening scene, I've never done that. That was very strategic. I shot in a very specific way, shooting into the sun, but through a big tree behind me, by using a lens and opening it wide open so you got that kind of twinkly bokeh. You know, hopefully people enjoy that and they remember that. And when that happens, you're not just creating a video. Truth of the matter is, you're not really the star of the show, but in time, you will become just that, because you will become a memorable messenger, and people will show up again and again, no matter what you have to say, because they like you. In a video I published a few days ago, I talked about this idea that you're the niche, which is true. But if you're not a memorable messenger, it'll never work. Which means we do need to be intentional. We do need to get specific. We do need to think through all these things, which is a struggle until it's not. You know what I mean? And just like right now, recording this video, it was a little bit of a struggle. I set things up. I shot in the opposite direction because it's more beautiful, but the light was off. It didn't look as good. So then I took things again, and I actually bought a light from the studio, which I think it's too bright, but maybe you'll see a little bit of this light on my face. I don't know. I made sure the video audio was dialed in. I checked the framing. I went to a 16 millimeter. It was too wide. I came back to the 35. Over time, this gets really easy to do. And it'll allow you to really connect with your audience with what you want to do. And I want to talk about that right now. Like, what gets you really excited about filming a video? No, not the views. Like, that's part of it, sure. That's natural. We all want to drive more views. We all want to get more results. But what is something you can think about that makes you excited? Like, for me, it was shooting in this style of this particular clip to capture this kind of twinkly bokeh. I've watched enough videos where I was able to reverse engineer. I have the same gear, the same equipment, the same lenses, and I made it happen. Now, the truth is, a lot of times I fail because I'm new at this. This is today, years later. But I know I've improved a lot. People have mentioned that, and it's rewarding for me beyond more views. And the best part is because I'm really focusing on something that's exciting for me, like a new lens. Imagine if this was a new lens, you know, I got this new lens. Then I get to go out and play and have fun. And there's something that I'm enjoying beyond the results that I'm after. I asked people on YouTube, well, you know, something like, what are you trying to achieve? More views. Total fail. Like, yes, that's part of it, but go beyond that. That's easy. What are you trying to achieve for the viewer? That's a great question. I love that. What am I trying to achieve for the viewer? How can I make my videos memorable? You might love being outside. Get outside. You might love a sunrise or a sunset. You might love the idea of filming when it's dark out. Challenging, but fun. With the city skyline behind you, do that. You might have roller skated back in the day. Maybe you put on your skates, you get out there, and you take a little bit of B-roll and you say, hey, like, I might be a little older, but I'm still doing stuff I used to love back in the day. So I think the more you can really connect with what you're excited about beyond the views, the more likely you can keep going, which is essential. If you want to get 1,000 subscribers, you'll probably need to publish around 100 videos, give or take, 25. Or maybe you'll have to double it. But if you really enjoy YouTube, it'll be worth it. And you will get monetized, and you will make money, and you will do the brand deals. So if you want 10,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers, if you want to make job-ending income, then spend the time to figure out what's going to make you excited and in a way where you can still bring your viewers along. That is important. Like, you can say I make fun gameplay or I do this thing that's fun, but if other viewers who are watching aren't responding to that, like, oh my God, I love your new style of videos, then you need to keep stepping up and trying, or you just need to see another creator doing the thing that you'd like to do, and you need to mimic their style. Doesn't mean you're copying them. How I opened this video was so reminiscent for me of YC Imaging. I love this guy's videos. He does incredible work. Envu Films, something like that. This guy is kind of crazy. He's got this self-deprecating humor that frankly is too much for me. But I keep watching because I like what he says, and he only does that a bit now and then. But sometimes it's a lot. But I learned that technique of the twinkly bokeh from him. I simply reverse engineered some of his videos. And the more you watch YouTube channels in your niche with intention, and you say, what are they doing that people are responding to? And then you strive to incorporate that into your videos. That is the moment where, boom, you'll connect with something that viewers respond to on YouTube beyond the topic. Yeah, I hope this is connecting. You see, when you do this, you become a memorable messenger. And it'll allow you to create a lasting legacy where you become the kind of creator that people come back to again and again and again, because you're delivering value in multiple ways. The topic, the information, the filming, your fun and engaging personality, or how you edit, or your text. Like, it might feel like I can't do it, but I guarantee you can. In the moment you try a little bit, I believe in you. I've seen so many great creators make it happen. Rachel is someone that I've worked with for a while, like over a year. And I usually don't go to creators and say, hey, let me help you out, let me coach you. But I did with her because I've seen her struggle for years. Now she's publishing videos that are getting hundreds of thousands of views. And she's applying all these steps. I've seen countless YouTube creators. Daniel Battelle came to me. I gave him thoughts and ideas. We worked together. We still talk today. When he was on stage at Social Media Marketing World, he thanked me as I was in the crowd. It was so rewarding to hear that. People, ordinary people, just like you and me. I'm not perfect. I'm goofy. I'm eccentric. I'm quirky as hell. Less today because I've dialed in something that the viewer can value easily. When I started, I was all over the place, but I hung in there and I focused and I became a creator that people do return to, which is really rewarding. I don't have a ton of views, but you know what I do have? I have an audience. They keep coming back. And here's a little secret. You see, I've done this a while, and this is what it looks like before you blow up. People start saying things, and I know I'm on the path to something that is important to me. I know I'm doing brand deals, making money through affiliate offers and more. That's enough for me. You know what I mean? It might not be enough for all the viewers, but what I do know is people keep connecting and they really love the videos, so they keep watching. And this is the thing to really think about. Again, this is what allows you to become a memorable messenger. It's how you make your videos, thinking about the value beyond the topic and so on. Why are you excited? It's not about the views. It's just not enough. But over time, you'll get there. Let's keep going. Now, this next section is really powerful, and that is, how do you want the viewer to feel as they click into your video? The moment they even see your thumbnail and your title, what are you playing on? Is it fear? I'm afraid to put myself on camera. Is it desire? I want to blow up. I'd love to publish a video with 50,000 views. Is it FOMO, fear of missing out? Don't be left behind. That's actually the one. Don't be left behind. Fear of missing out. There's an opportunity and you're going to miss out if you don't click. and listen to what this video is all about. And here's what's really cool. Remember, we talked about your video title. You're continuing to really think about what you want to package together, how you want to communicate, and more. And then as you think about this, you're thinking, well, what is the trigger? And you're going to add not just a trigger phrase to your video title or your thumbnail, but you're also going to incorporate a 2 or 3 word phrase that's based on a search term on YouTube. So I mentioned bonsai gardening. That might be a really great topic, and it's based on a 2 word phrase, or get more views, or how to gain subscribers for myself. Now, the fear of missing out, FOMO, might be there's this new method and you're missing out. So don't miss out could be the text on my thumbnail, right? Don't miss out. So I might create a thumbnail based on that. And what's really cool is I've thought about this psychology stuff for many years, 10 years. Writing sales copy, making digital products, not just to twist someone's arm, but because like, hey, I've done this thing, I'm passionate about it, and I know you can make money. Like a lot of people say, I'm so grateful for that Halloween costume course you released, that affiliate marketing course, how to self-publish books. These are the things I taught years ago, and it allowed me to learn about these psychological triggers and so on. So today it's easier, and it will get easier for you. So when you think about like, okay, going back to the big idea and then the trigger and so on, and you really think about this, then you can incorporate it into your thumbnail text or in your video title, and that will get people really clicking and so on. And even better, when you think about the emotional impact of what your video is about, then you can play on that, right? So as you make your video, you can think about that very thing, and you can reference that in your video title and in your thumbnail and in the first few moments of your delivery, how you're communicating, whether it's you, a voiceover, or text on the screen, the music you use, right? Like if your video is kind of about a sad topic, start with sad music. I mean, it's not rocket science, but when you don't know, you don't really know. And then it makes so much sense. And that's the human connection. So it starts with the keyword phrase, and it starts with the trigger and your big idea, and you start piecing all of these things together, and bam, you've got something really powerful that pulls people through. And that's really the next step, is to think about your thumbnail. Now, here's what's really cool, is that you can create a video thumbnail that actually gets more people to click and gets more people to watch longer, which boosts your watch time, allowing you to get monetized faster. And I've tested this extensively, and when you do this, I guarantee you're going to get better results on one of your thumbnails, but you're going to actually make 3. Now here's what's interesting. It doesn't take that long. It's not that hard, yet I know a lot of people are overwhelmed by thumbnails. So just do this. You don't have to take a photo. You don't have to spend any extra time, but you do want to think about several principles that we talk about in photography. Rule of thirds. Split up the scene into thirds, right? 1/3 here, 1/3 here, 1/3 here, and 1/3 down here. That gives you 9 sections. And like right now, I'm pretty much dead in the center from what I can tell. This is a great way to create a thumbnail. I simply lay the text behind me. Another thing you can do is you can put yourself in one of the thirds, right? I could be like right here on my thumbnail. Now this gives me lots of text, or I might go like this or like this on my video, and it's easy, it's simple, and it's balanced. I'm here, there's text over here, and the image is balanced out. And again, well, you said I don't have to take a photo. Well, just take a screen capture, a screen grab from your video. If you film on a phone as you're watching your video, screen capture, bam, you use that. And then all you do is, instead of uploading one thumbnail when you publish your video, you upload 3. But you might have missed this because it's only available on desktop. When you go to upload your video and you're adding in your title, and then your description. Right below that is a place where you can click to upload a thumbnail, but don't do that. Instead, just click, I want to test and compare. Once you click into that area, you'll be able to upload 3 thumbnails, and the only thing you need to do is just change the text. And here's where it gets wicked. Now stick with me, because a lot of creators, one, they don't do this, which is a bummer, because it really does allow you to boost your watch time when you use these psychological triggers, right? You want to think about different emotional triggers for the text of your thumbnail. Like, get more views, that's desire. Even if you suck, that is fear. Like, I kind of suck at this, I'm not sure, I don't feel great about this. And that actually outperformed get more views every single time I've tested it, and I've tested it probably 10 times. Again and again, more viewers really resonated with this feeling of, I'm not that great at this, maybe it'll work for me, I hope, and they clicked more, which that's the thing, again, that boosts your CTR, which then boosts your views and your watch time. And all of these little things together is what will make your videos sing, will make your videos pop and allow you to get more views, as long as you keep striving to improve them. But here's the truth, most creators, they don't. You know, it's easy to want to lose weight, but not a lot of people do that thing. It takes a focused, intentional, getting specific with what you do. It's not rocket science. You eat less, you go for walks, you work out, and then you lose weight. Awesome. The creator you become is the real growth strategy that you want to implement. Everything that we've been talking about are many steps and ideas that will allow you to become a better, more skilled creator in time. When I started with photography about 5 years ago, seriously, I was not as skilled as I am today, but I kept stepping up. I kept, paying attention to photography tips and ideas. And today I take better pictures than I did back in the day. And yet a lot of times I still won't take a photo for my thumbnail, because I know what really drives results is the psychological trigger we spoke about. You see what I'm saying? And I'd rather publish more videos and focusing on the things that matter more than creating the perfect thumbnail. Now, that being said, some of my thumbnails have been fantastic. Like, I'm really proud of my thumbnails. And I did that by just continuing to try to do better and by becoming a better YouTube creator. And I'm proud of where I'm at. I'm not as big as other creators, but this is my journey and my experience. And as you course forward and strive to improve, you will become a better creator with more skills and abilities. And that, my friend, is the true strategy. There are no magic software apps or buttons. There's not a magic pill that allows you to lose 50 pounds. You know that. And the moment we let go of that on YouTube and really focus on gravitating to the stuff that'll allow us to win is the moment that we're able to make it happen. This video on the screen now really talks about some of the tips and strategies that will allow you to communicate more easily on camera, to feel better about your communication again on camera, and it'll resonate better with viewers. Or check out this video about the algorithm. It's an oldie but a goodie. I'll bet you'll dig it.